Okay. I'm going to say this. Y'all need to be very observant of your surroundings. Not because crime is high and rapid. No, because people are snapping. Yeah, they get ready to have meltdowns. It's going to be whole lot of meltdowns around about this time. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, the holidays are the most vulnerable times where people they take their lives. Yeah, they take their lives. And it's for various reasons. But I think this one is going to be more close and personal than ever before. See, we're not used to a president being this type of way. See, we used to our presidents being a leader that would meet with parties, even if they have to meet with parties all day and night. Nah. This one has moved on with his life. You know, he lets you know that, you know what, it's not about you and it's never been, but it's about him and what he's going to get out of it. See, everybody's saying that God sent that president there to be president, but maybe he did. But they thinking he was sent in a good way. He was sent to build this country up. Well, we saw it yesterday where, when, this man passed out. He probably was a diabetic and his legs all up, and you could see that Trump was looking like, what was going on? And then he just stood there like a statue while they working. Dr. Oz, he was confused. He's supposed to be a doctor. And the Secretary of Health, who's supposed to have some kind of medical degree, he got up and ran out the room. Ooh, just got up and ran. And they've been telling y'all that Tylenol has created autism and that you shouldn't vaccinate your children. And, oh yeah, but he got up with maybe he should have gave him a Tylenol or something. I don't know. But now we're going into the holidays. See, I noticed something. Christmas ain't like it used to be. I went in Walmart to get some paper. Yes, I went in Walmart. I went and got some paper, typing paper. And I noticed that, right about now, it would be filled with you would smell and feel Christmas. You would know Christmas and Thanksgiving was coming. Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm sorry. You would know it, you would feel it. But the aisles are empty. I was told by my former employer that, Tennessee Department of Human Services ain't seeing that many people. Yeah. They get only 10 clients. They got only 39 last week. She said 10 this week. This week. They having meetings now because they may have to furlough some of them folks. Furlough is a term for laying off. Yeah. See, it's a lot of Republicans down in this East Tennessee that voted for Trump. Oh, yes. Oh, they love Trump. They love Chuck, the Republican Chuck Fleischman. They love him. They love him. Chuck don't even have to run for office. All he got to do is just sit at his desk and put 2 or 3 signs up, maybe 2, and he wins. See, we ain't never had a candidate that, that talk crazy to him like Gavin Newsom and that man Dummy. I like that song, that new song he sang. No. It's going to get a little deep now. Y'all going to have to watch your surroundings. Oh, you think I'm talking about the folks that's getting snapped? Oh, no. No, it's these white folks that see now. Because right now, white people are experiencing something that blacks and minorities have been experienced since day one. Struggling. Oh, that word just hurt. Just saying it hurt. Struggling. Loss of jobs. loss of income, may have to sell something, may have to file bankruptcy, may have to lose their insurance, may have to lose their pension. Oh, it's going to get deep. It's getting deep now. It's getting deep. Won't be able to go buy that new car for their wife every so many years, or get their house fixed up, or go buy a house, or go help that child out doing a college fund. You know, when I moved down here, I saw so many young folks driving new cars. I said, oh my goodness. Oh, no. Kids doing something like they ain't got a care in the world. Parents acting like the world don't exist. Besides these four little boarders. Yeah. I bet you if I asked them, I said, do you eat pinto beans and neck bones? They probably said, what is that? That must be a killer food. Well, it is, but you know what? Yeah. Folks who are federal employees who voted for Trump, state employees who voted for Trump, now they see that, if it wasn't for that person going down there asking for help, they wouldn't have a job. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? If that person did not go down to the food stamp office and apply for food stamps, you wouldn't have a job. See how? And I'm gonna tell you something. And for every person that's on food stamps, that's federal dollars. That's not state dollars. That's federal dollars. But see, somebody should have. See, that's why they should have brought civics back, because if you had new civics, you would know that Trump didn't mean anything and he didn't do anything, and you wouldn't have voted for him. But you know what? When you just so angry at somebody, when you just want somebody to suffer, Biden, ain't that something they call? Trump called Biden Sleepy Joe. Did you know that? And then yesterday, while they amongst all them pharmaceutical people, he was asleep, knocked out. Old age is creeping up on it. Now it ain't creeped up on it. It's stomping on him. He got more health problems than Biden and Obama and Bush and Clinton put together. But see, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. On the outside, he look good. They pumping him up. I guarantee you, every morning they got to prime him like a old car that with a bad starter. Pump him up with drugs and do all of that, because they got to make that image that he's healthy, even though he's dying. You can tell he's dying. You can tell all that stuff is wearing and tearing off on him. Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Sometimes your enemies, we all got to go through something so God can get to our enemies. See, now I'm going to tell you something. You know what? I'm going to tell you. If God just did it to them, some of these folks that think they immune to it wouldn't feel it. But see, now everybody going through it. Everybody panic. If you on Section 8, I don't see how you can go to bed, because I know they ain't paying Section 8. They not paying Section 8. That's part of the budget. So now you got folks they landlord there's no moratorium. So they landlord is saying, hey, you know what? I want my money. I want my money. I want my rent. Well, you got to go. Yeah. Oh, they ain't paying their rent. And you got some black folks that's happy. So in the previous videos where black men are saying that now that the shutdown is there, they can get their Hunani for $40. See, that lets you know how ignorant some of us black people are. We ignorant. Because see, you know what? If it wasn't for the federal government, half of these children, half of these children are yours. Half of these children are yours. Yeah. See, reflection is coming upon us now. Reflection. Who you date, who you sleep with. You know what job, that job security that you thought you had, oh, it's gone. Working for the federal government, you thought you had job security. Okay, all right. But you know better yet, have you ever had an employee that worked for the government talk so smart to you, Oh my goodness, talk to you like you ain't even a child. Oh, that didn't change. You know what? When folks, they never experience a paycheck loss, I guarantee you reflection comes like a motherfucker. That's what Kamala says. Yeah, buddy. When you see it makes sense now. It makes sense. Checks and balance. There's no checks and balance right now. And you say, well, you know what? It don't matter. I'm going to tell you something. When my stomach growling and stuff, I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. I want to eat. But then but if it's a cause involved, you know what? I'm going to go down to the mustard sandwiches and the surf sandwiches. Some of us know how to surf sandwiches. In case you white folks don't know, that's that thick brown syrup on white bread. I ain't ever tried it with wheat. I tried it with white bread. Mustard sandwiches on white bread. Because we grew up on white bread. Pinto beans and rice, neck bones, greens. Oh, some of us finna get a garden now. Start planting a garden. Patio gardens. Gardens, little gardens, so you could eat. You hear that, Mr. Coyote? You better not come out here, or you gonna be next week's meal. I just told that coyote. He ain't gonna answer. But you know what? It's bringing us close to home. Maybe it's making this situation is making us humble, because you know what? We never thought about that poor person that lives up under the bridge. What happened to him? Maybe he came home from the military and saw some stuff that, no one else has ever seen, and he couldn't cope with it. Or maybe he had a breakdown. Or maybe he never got back on his feet from the last incident or the first incident. You see mothers now, everybody talking about abortion rights, but you're seeing more mothers now abusing kids, chaining them up, not feeding them, leaving them. And then when they torture them to the point that they are unalive, throw them away like they part of the trash or the recycling. Yeah, I didn't hear nobody talk about their rights. Now, it's okay to bring a child into the world, but what happens when that parent don't want them, or abusing them, or using them for the system? See, we never think about that. We never talk about that, because you know why? Because we trying to protect the unborn instead of protecting the alive ones. Life is so unprecious now. It's so recyclable and dispensable, because, we don't care about the kids. We don't care. Can't be. Because if we cared, we'd be more concerned about those parents who torture and kill those kids. Or if Trump cared, that would have been the biggest thing. But no, he got rid of Roe versus Wade. Yeah. Because, see, people thought that people were having abortions like birth control. See, that's ignorant. They thinking that, they're trying to change same-sex marriages. You ain't got to agree to it, because they don't want the influence of their son possibly dating another man. Like that's going to deter it. They're going and killing Venezuelan people, fishing boats, without even proof, because they saying that it's bringing it into to the country. Yeah, Venezuela. And what the fuck Nigerian got to do with it? Nigerian ain't, you know what, they've been doing Nigerian scams. What you gonna do? You going over there to blow them up because of Nigerian scams? Yeah, because you know why? Probably why? Because only white women will give up their whole 401k to this man that they saw on a picture, waiting on him to come home to get married so they can marry. Yeah. She 70, 80 years old and giving this man money because she love him. Oh, goodness. Scam, scam, scam. Yeah. See, we have become, you know what, and then we saying all of this in the name of Jesus, that God is pleased with what we're doing. God is pleased at what we're doing. Well, God is pleased that we are hurting another race. We're hurting races now. See, some of you black folks got in on that too, because y'all forgot the struggle. You forgot how we were treated. It wasn't that long ago when they was telling us to go back somewhere, when they was telling that we were lazy, that we wasn't doing nothing, that we hogging up. They don't understand why. Oh, I tell you. It's going to scorn a lot of people. Y'all be careful when you go into these grocery stores now. Be careful when you walk around, see. Because, see, reality is that white privilege that they have been used to using for so many years, oh, my goodness, reality. And it's coming not by the black man that they were hoping it was Obama, not by the black woman that they thought was going to be that person. No, it's the old white man that they have voted in office. Yeah. Oh, goodness, I tell you. It hurts you when you know what, they did it and it hurt them, but they did it again because you know what, they didn't want that black person in there, they didn't want that woman in there, they didn't want that educator in there, and now look what they got. Do I think he gonna fix that? No. See, I'm gonna tell you something. See, by this time next year, that building gonna be shot to the curb. The White House gonna be so shot to the curb, it ain't even funny. They say everything that man touches, he destroys. Because you know why? Because he knows, and they know it, and they telling you that they know it, that if we get that midterm election, it's over. And Steve Bannon said it better. Them motherfuckers going to jail. They going to jail. They going to jail. So I'm finna call up all my friends. Oh, yes, I'm finna call them up. No one in particular. I'm finna call up and ask her, how's that vote voting for you? Have you learned anything during the election? Did you learn anything? If you don't do shit else, you get your ass up and vote. If you gonna live off the government, if you gonna get food stamps, if you gonna get anything, you don't vote for somebody that, you know what, I'm gonna say this. If you getting food stamps, you a woman, you getting food stamps. If you just a woman in period, if you just somebody that's about civil rights, did you learn anything? When a motherfucker can't tell you where they going, where they taking you, why would you go with them? That's just like somebody, a serial killer saying, hey, I'm going somewhere. You want to go with me? Yeah, sure. Sure. Well, you know, hey, ain't you that Jack the Ripper? Yeah, but I'm going down the street. Oh, I'll get in the car with you. Yeah, we got to make some major decisions now. Not just now, but the ones that's getting ready to be elected. Go look in their background. Ask some questions that you know what, and when they act like they can't tell you, look at who they hanging around with. Because I'm gonna tell you something, some Republicans know now that the blue wave is coming in, so they running as a Democrat to get in, to still do the stuff. Please don't think that all Republicans are Republicans. Some of them are Democrats. They wolves in disguise. And if you don't notice, if you don't ask the question, go look at, let me tell you something, the better thing to do. Go down to your local election commission and pull that person's name. And that is public information. And I'm going to tell you something. Go see or go online. They got it online. Go online, go see for yourself what that person been voting for. If he voting all this time like Paul Young, been voting as a Republican, that's the mayor of Memphis. He been voting as Republican. He been a Republican person, but because he was black, he turned Democrat, got in office, took picture with Marsha Blackburn, and that's why y'all fucked up now. See, if you did your homework, you would have spotted the wolf in sheep clothing, but you didn't. Now you got a wolf, a dumb one at that. And he's steady thinking because he's black that y'all buying the okie doke. Y'all, yeah, sometimes these black imposters, what's that lady name? Winsome. Oh, Winsome. Winsome thought in Virginia, thought that, you know what? See, the Republicans got her. And Donald Trump didn't endorse her. Ain't that something? But anyway, she felt like all that rhetoric she was talking about against slavery. She thought that, you know what? They thought that, well, we just gonna get a black person in. That we'll get the black vote. See, that's ignorant thinking. That's because they so used to us voting for color instead of voting for what the real cause is. And if y'all don't watch out Memphis, y'all gonna be the fuck around find out for the 90th time. Y'all batting 100. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all being nice, but some of y'all need to wake the fuck up and realize when you realize what you're doing wrong, you do better. But anyway, when some thought because she was black, she was a shoo-in, because you know what? She going up against a white Democrat. And then Obama came down there and gave that speech. And then she said, well, wait a minute now. Y'all tell us to vote black because Kamala did it. No, we didn't tell you to vote for Kamala because she was black. You get that shit out of your head. We told you to vote for Kamala because she had a plan. She had a plan. She had a direction where America was going. So get that out your damn head. But now y'all sat there and you know, then she said, okay, she didn't win. And she said, well, wait a minute now. Now all these Republicans saying, well, wait a minute now. They telling people to vote, bro. They playing on your fucking intelligence. Because they so used to us vote for this. We ain't voting for this. Vote for this. I don't give a damn when somebody messes over your money, your lifestyle, how you live. I don't care if you on food stamps. I don't care if you getting food welfare. I don't care if whatever you getting. When somebody is finna do something that's gonna fuck your household over, you don't think our color goes out the door. If a black man is talking crazy about how he wished slavery would come back and then he's seeking your vote, why would you vote for him? If a black man is sitting here telling you he finna help the ICE in Tennessee, Floyd Buckner told the news media that, you know what, that he getting ready, he working with ICE with the Memphis police, the sheriff department. They working together to get rid of immigrants. Who the fuck you think is next? Do you honestly believe that you gonna live a safe, free life? Do you honestly believe that? See, I'm gonna tell you something about people. Sometimes when you get you get appointed, like, you know, and you see some shit going and you say, you know what, I didn't sign up for this. I got to get out. Let me go and get rid of this job. Yeah. Start looking. Start looking. Start asking. Start asking. Yeah. Start asking. And when you can't When that answer don't make no sense, and I'm gonna tell you something, so many people voted on race, that's what's gonna really hurt them. That they voted on race, they voted on a hatred of another color, another person, another creed, transgender, you know what, and all of this stuff. That you know what, like I said, I saw a Trump supporter trying to get assistance for his utility bill. Ignorance, racism is expensive. And the next time we are voting, we're not asking you to vote on the color. We're asking you to vote for democracy. We're asking you to vote for the plan, not the concept. That's what you need to be doing now. We're in summer school right now. We're in summer school. You flunked regular class. Are you going to flunk summer school too? That's up to you.